Okay.
And then do your
I
actual.
figured doing the countdown, then doing the loading screen would buy more time, but we started.
What time do you need to buy?
And we're live. What's up, everybody? I thought we were gonna all dress up in, suits and ties for the James Bond premiere.
Oh snap! I forgot.
I didn't think that was a requirement. Hang on, give me a couple of minutes. I'll be back.
Are there discounts at Tuxedo Royale?
Is that still a store?
What was the place in Markville Mall?
That was Tuxedo Royale. Yeah,
there was and you would get like your prom suits and stuff. Like with no prom, are they still in business? They must be, right?
Probably not. I wouldn't think so.
No. All right.
Anyways, where's Rob today, guys?
Rob's not here.
He's actually going out to watch James Bond, right? So we were waiting for Rob, but he's not going to show up.
Who's going to do 95% of the talking then?
Oh, it's gonna be a short episode, folks.
Never ever is there a warning for that.
No, you can't.
It's fine. I stopped talking right when it kicked in, so I didn't get it interrupted.
And
then he plays it again. That'd be funny.
That thing has cut me off in the middle of a thought.
That's John's goal, though.
Yeah, my hand wasn't on the button that time. I actually forgot we were going to roll that intro, so you totally could have got me with that.
Got you. I could have got you guys. Anyways, welcome everybody to So What I Miss, our weekly news show where we gather all the news from the internet and we present it to you in this cool format where we just kind of talk about stuff randomly. We are live every Thursday at 8:30, and I'm your host, Chris. This is my co-host. Let me get this mirror thing, Pat, and picture gatherer, Pat, I would say. And we only have one panelist today. That is John. What up, John?
Hello, guys.
Yeah, John. You need to talk about everything that Rob would talk about, as well as his complaints.
Yeah. No, I can't fill in. I can't do the Kermit voice. I can't get all bent out of the shape when someone makes fun of Lost. I can't maintain the silliness that is Raw. Like, it's ridiculous.
Can't be a James Bond stan.
Oh no, I'm looking forward to seeing it this week. I'm sure you're going to talk about it for box office.
We got it.
Let's talk about it.
All right, let's go. So usually this is the part of the show where I talk about Shang-Chi and how it's breaking records. But guess what? A different movie came out this past weekend, and it was Venom: Let There Be Carnage, and it crushed records. It did a 2-day weekend.
My God.
A 2-day week. Damn it, John. We had a 2-day weekend record of 90.1 million, which actually eclipses Black Widow's previous mark. So it is the highest grossing, I guess, 2-day weekend. This is like, we're really getting into like subcategories here to really get things on top of records here. It's
pre-Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
October.
First weekend of October where there's an Addams Family movie record.
Yeah. And it's not straight to streaming. So Let There Be Carnage. It actually tied Shang-Chi's, and here's another like super esoteric record that we can get, is it's the fastest to 100 million. It tied Shang-Chi's record of 5 days to 100 million, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Now
that's a beast. Also, could everybody rate Pat's Photoshop on this Carnage, by the way? This, like, I'm sure Lewis is like rolling his eyes.
Magnetic lasso, Pat.
Tool with a mouse. Freehand tool with a mouse 2 minutes before.
They can tell.
I think it's
so
good,
maybe
man.
Next time.
I think that's good, man. It adds like a, what is the word when food is really ugly? Rustic feel to it.
Wow. So enough about my Photoshop, but let's talk about the sabermetrics of box office numbers.
You guys actually watched Venom this weekend, right?
I saw it. Pat didn't see it yet.
Okay, so John, what did you think? Let's
I
get to
thought
Let me just
John's
stop for a
spoiler
second. Let
review.
me just pause for a second, Chris.
Okay, yeah.
We were at the store, and I haven't seen Venom yet, and John knew I haven't seen Venom yet. Some guy came in, and they started talking about Venom, and I tried to stay as far away as possible, but I couldn't stop them from talking.
So you're completely spoiled then at this
I
point,
am
right?
completely spoiled.
No,
just by being in the
he knows.
vicinity.
Yeah, I forgot. Normally, I just assumed that Pat went with me. But
that was
I
some other
forgot.
Asian guys today.
Yeah. There's a bunch of other Asian guys that went to see me. Shout outs to John and I care and my brother-in-law Junior. But yeah, like
they pay me nothing. They pay me nothing. Carry on.
It's fine because even if you have that end credit thing spoiled for you, it doesn't have anything to do with the overall movie, so it's not a big deal. But if you watch Venom 1 and you liked parts of it, basically what they did is they listened and they just took that part from the first movie and expanded on that and just made it more of that. So I think it worked really well. I'll save anything else I want to say about it till a couple more people check it out.
Okay, so I have a question. Was it worth your time?
100%. Yeah, it was a nice, tight 1 hour 30 minutes, which was perfect for this type of movie. It feels like if they had more money or more technology in the 90s, this is like the perfect superhero movie of the 90s or something like that. That'd be my best way to describe it. Yeah.
Is it okay? My follow-up question then is: it important to the mythos of the movies? Like what I'm saying is, would you feel like you're missing a lot if you didn't see it?
I don't think so. I feel like it's a standalone movie without throwing out any spoilers. So you could wait for this on digital or something like that because it isn't. It's its own universe. It's its own standalone. Like the first Venom movie, you didn't have anything that tied itself to it. So yeah.
Follow up on Lewis. I haven't even seen Venom 1 yet. I plan on doing that.
I think you're fine. I think you're fine. If you decide to skip one, I think you're fine. I think Jonathan Yo, one of our guests that came with us, his +1 did not see the first one, and they had a fantastic time. So,
all right. So this kind of rolls in. I haven't seen the second one, obviously either. Me and Pat haven't seen it, but I guess this rolls into like the whole critics review kind of thing. So it got Venom 2 is a 59% on Rotten Tomatoes, but an 85% audience score. I think the first one was around 30% to like 80 or 70 or so. So what is it about Venom? Like, what is this? I guess being comic guys yourselves, guys. What's the draw of Venom? What is the Venom factor? Why is it so popular? Like, what is it about Venom that draws people in?
Venom was most popular when he was an anti-hero, right? Like when he went around as like the lethal protector, right? He was basically what was cool. Like he came out in that 90s era where everybody wanted to be edgy. You know, people wanted their superheroes to be edgy. You had your Venoms, you had your Ghost Riders, you had your, those type of guys. And he was like, he was, there was also a little bit of a redemption arc, right? Cause like in the comics, he was positioned as a bad guy, but he was trying to be better.
Yeah.
So not like Carnage in the comics, who was just a serial killer.
So I guess that's a comics fan. John, what do you think about a non-comics fan's perspective? Why are people drawn to this franchise?
The simple matter of the fact is the look, the costume design or the lack of costume design, whatever you want to call it. The all black costume is, I feel like, what really hooked everybody into him.
Yeah, so he looks like Spider-Man. He's kind of like an anti-Spider-Man.
Yeah, he became he started off as just basically a black version of the Spider-Man suit. People went crazy, even though basically it just lost all the detail. And then he became like a big, muscular version of Spider-Man. And then I think just that seems to catch everybody all the time. So,
yeah. All right. All right. So, Venom's breaking records, but this weekend it's got some stiff competition. If you're Rob, you're thinking it's gonna get defeated here. But this weekend we get the much anticipated, much delayed release of James Bond: No Time to Die. Now predictions have it at about 100 million, which would make it, for the opening weekend, about 100 million, which would actually make it the highest grossing opening for any Bond film ever. Look at these scores, guys. What do we think here? I know we don't have super fan Rob in the house, but I guess more of a even keeled view. Pat, what do you think?
Let me just say, Superfan Rob's not in the house because he's currently watching the movie right now.
yeah, the only reason
he's
missed
currently
it, right?
So Rob is currently right this minute watching James Bond. So based on the length of this movie, he'll be done by tomorrow. Okay, so let me just throw that out there. He'll be done by tomorrow, and I mean, sure, looks good. I don't know.
Do you have the rating for Skyfall? Or hold on, let me try and get it.
Oh, that was not asked of me. My bad. I will look that up right now.
I know, jeez.
Was
Skyfall the previous one?
No, the previous one is Spectre.
Spectre, right?
No, but Skyfall is considered the best of this James Bond trilogy. Well, maybe neck and neck with Casino Royale. So I'm trying. My internet's not working, so I don't know. I can't look it up right now.
Your internet is not working.
Skyfall, which is 2012. I got it here. Just come on, load. 92% tomato meter, 86% audience score. Wow. So similar numbers, I would say.
Yeah, so it has me pretty excited because I didn't like how Spectre turned out. So if you follow us on the Sidekick Show, we are rewatching all the Daniel Craig stuff. So I think that's a good sign.
I mean, I always thought Casino Royale was the best one.
Oh, look at this Photoshop on the fly. Nicely.
Whoa,
done.
you're so good. You're so good. Can we get Casino Royale thrown in the mix too?
Yeah. You know what? I can have it on the other monitor just because I knew this was going to fall. This was going to be fall. This was
So neck and neck with. I feel like some people's lists will put Casino Royale at the top. To me, that's pretty good. So you just skip every other movie and you're good.
To me, the whole Daniel Craig run has been like the peak was Casino Royale, then it's been downhill for me. I don't even remember. Like I always have to ask Rob which one was Skyfall again and which one was No Time to Die or
okay.
I don't even
know. Only thing I remember about Skyfall was that Adele did the song.
Yeah, we know that.
Adele did the song and MI6 blew up or something. Casino Royale was good. It was actually a good movie.
Yeah.
That was a movie where he was tortured.
to a comical extent.
Oh, the bottom of the chair taken out and that whole sequence. Amazing.
Apparently, Skyfall was according to our numbers, Skyfall is still critically the best one.
Okay, wow.
If you're gonna watch it next week, just make sure you have 4 hours available. 2 hours and 43 minutes. Holy crap! Oh, that's so long.
All right.
Especially for the guy with the smallest bladder on the planet. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're going to have to go twice.
Yeah, Chris.
I know. I always have to sit on the aisle seat, man. 2 hours.
This guy
I didn't get up for Shang-Chi.
I'm buying tickets. This guy's always like, I need the aisle seat. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Seriously?
2 hours and 43 minutes. Holy crap.
Yeah. So you guys are making time to see this, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're watching it Saturday. After talking about how long this movie is, yeah, we're watching it Saturday.
So Pat will be in Shoppers Drug Mart tomorrow getting Depends.
No, man. I mean, if it is a 83% fresh on the tomato meter, I guess it's worth watching. I guess.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty good. So yeah,
October's a busy. Spectre, though.
October's a busy month. You got Dune coming out in 2 weeks after this, and then we have after that is Eternals. So the competition is gonna be pretty stiff for Venom to maintain this lead. I think Shang-Chi had too much of a runway to be caught. I would think at this point because it came at the beginning of September, and then there was nothing till now. So you got a whole month of no competition basically, unless you call I don't know what that Clint Eastwood thing or anything like that was. But anyways, moving on, we're gonna go straight to picks with Pat. So Pat, what have you gathered for us in terms of images?
First of all, I know we talked about movies, so let's continue talking about movies. No, stop it.
You almost did it.
Both of you pressed that at the same time. That's why
I didn't push it. Right? I swear I didn't push it. It was
you want to do it? Do it now. I'm gonna let you do it. No? All right, fine. So Transformers. Oh my God. I gave you an opportunity. Put that away. So, on-set pictures of the next Transformers movie. If you notice this Transformers movie, they're going back to some of the classic G1 designs, as people would call it. So we have Anthony Ramos here with the cast of the Transformers movie. So we have Optimus.
Right, name them.
Pardon? Supposedly, it's supposed to be Mirage, Optimus Prime, Wheeljack, Bumblebee, and RC. Supposedly. It can't. I don't know. It hasn't been confirmed. But
wait, Mirage?
Yeah,
like Mirage was never a 911.
That's Jazz, isn't it?
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be Mirage, but it could also be Jazz. People are saying it was supposed to be like some. It was either supposed to be Mirage or Jazz.
Who's the VW? Is that Mirage? No,
that's supposed to be Wheeljack. So reports are
what? No, come on.
Come on.
So reports are that the cast or the Autobots involved are Mirage, Optimus, Wheeljack, Bumblebee, and RC. And then this picture showed up. So people are just connecting the dots. Right?
Yeah. I don't know. Mirage was an F1 car, but I guess they can't fit it in there. I'm with Gord here. I love the use of the older school Camaro for Bumblebee. I actually like that design choice when they did it back in the day. How do you? I clicked on one of you guys was clicking on the thing, so I erased that. How do you feel, Pat, about the accurate Optimus Prime being a semi truck with the, I don't know what that's called, the flat nose?
It's a Mac.
It's a Mac truck.
Anyways, and honestly, it looks dumb.
What?
It looks kind of dumb. Like they had a video of this car driving down Brooklyn, like Optimus Prime in his blue and red, like bright red glory, driving down the street in Brooklyn. It looks kind of dumb, right?
Wow, Pat.
Like
just dunking all over G1 like that. I don't know.
I'm just giving you my honest opinion. It looks kind of silly because at the end of the day, it's not it's a very, very like exaggerated version of a vehicle, right? So I mean, I can get behind the rest of them, but it looks real. Like the prop, it's kind of like you're screwed if you do, you're screwed if you don't. Because if you didn't make it like G1 accurate, people would complain. But if you make it look G1 accurate, it looks kind of silly, right? Like say what you will about the Bayverse videos, the Bayverse movies. I think the Optimus Prime looked like a real car because it was. Right.
Yeah. I feel like we should rewatch that. I think Transformers 1 has got a special place in my heart.
With all the product placement, like the 360 that became a Decepticon.
Yeah. All right. Do you have the other picture?
There was also this one.
Yeah, this is the one. So Steve mentions there's a R33 GTR in here. I don't know who those other guys are. Do you think that's Barricade or who is that?
Okay, first of all, John, get out.
Yeah. I quite like Barricade.
These are supposed to be either the Decepticons or the Terracons, right? You haven't really heard very much about the actual story about it, but it feels like they're supposed to introduce the different factions within the two. So there's going to be Terracons, there's going to be Maximals. We don't know, but as of right now,
if Fraser's right here, and these two guys, the truck and the Skyline are Stunticons. Oh man, I'm already in love with this movie. If that
you are the only one that likes the Stunticons.
Yes, no, me and Gord. Come on, Gord, come on, yeah.
The Stunticons going up. What did they turn into? What was the name of the thing?
Menasor, yeah.
Menasor.
Really? Yeah. The main guy was Motormaster, I think.
I take that back. I don't know what they are because I don't have my nerd membership anymore.
Revoked.
I've been revoked, so I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, if they made the movie and it was called Transformers Enter the Stunticons or whatever that episode was called, oh man, I'd be so down. It'll probably be the worst movie ever, but go ahead. Go on, carry on.
All right. So next we have here. I'm okay. So next we have
Stunticon fans unite.
Yo, get out of here, John. The Combaticons. I think Chris used to really love the Combaticons.
Did I?
Is that the Bruticus? Yeah, that's Bruticus. But I don't know if
it was just
Bruticus.
Because, yeah, that was my favorite.
I don't know if that was just because we were brothers and I took the Stunticons toys and you just took the other guys.
Yeah, well, Devastator was always my favorite, but we never could afford. I don't know. We didn't buy it in time or something, but
you guys are such nerds.
Shut up, Pat. Yo, pan your camera around for a second.
All right,
What
next
is
picture, Pat. Next
what is
picture.
this is the Rocketeer now, right? We're looking
Yes.
at Rocketeer
So here
prototype pictures.
Here we have pictures from the Rocketeer movie. The pictures on the right are the Rocketeer helmets. The pictures on the left is the Rocketeer's skin tight suit. Unless I'm incorrect, Chris.
No, God!
Oh, no. Legit though, these are this is costume design from the Black Adam movie. Brought to you by Home Depot, as per the picture on the left. So these are behind the scenes pictures. So it looks like The Rock is going to be fitting himself into this skin tight Black Adam costume.
Yeah. I remember hearing somewhere it was no padding. It looks like there's a bit of padding there.
He doesn't need padding.
Yeah.
It could be just sculpted. It's sculpted rubber, maybe.
Right, sculpted. Yeah. So it's not like padding, but more like isn't Superman's costume similar to that? Like, I don't think it was super padded, like the Henry Cavill's costume, but I wouldn't know. That's something Rob would know if he wasn't too busy watching James Bond.
I don't know if he knows the degrees of padding on superhero outfits, but yeah, maybe he does. He's a big nerd
Anyway, I think the big revelation here, I don't know if this was something, another answer that Rob could have given was Hawkman part, like, has he been announced for this movie? Like,
I think they've teased of characters from that race, and I think the character Naomi is slated to appear in some upcoming DC projects.
All right, cool.
What is that race, John?
Part of that, Thanagarian.
What a nerd!
Boom.
Are you going to show us a picture of Cayman Rider again, so we can
from the Cayman Islands,
Obscure,
protecting your
like,
accounts
old
in the Cayman
protecting your
Islands
accounts from the tax man.
Maybe
you just
compared to
pissed
Gord,
off a lot
maybe,
of
yeah, Panda Gord.
All right. So next, for all of you Riverdale fans like John,
jeez, Pat.
Sabrina is appearing in Riverdale. If you're a Netflix Riverdale person, season 6, she's going to show up for an episode.
As who? Do you know who? Like as Sabrina? Like on the chair, it says Sabrina spelled like as Sabrina in Riverdale.
The character Sabrina is going into Riverdale.
It's a crossover thing.
Crossover
cool.
episode. It's a crossover.
I gotta catch up.
Does Riverdale have like supernatural elements in it? Is that the deal?
Yeah, maybe. We don't know.
All right, cool.
It's the entire show's got like that horror slant on it already. So for them to add a witch would not be a big deal.
Since we're talking about stuff that's kind of been released in terms of TV and movies,
no, wait, John, put that.
No,
put the comment that Sarah put up.
You mean this? You know who asked for this, Sarah? John. We were at the store the other day.
I didn't particularly ask for it. I just said it's a show that I like to watch. I never said, "Hey, we should cover it."
Yeah, let me finish.
We don't have a burn meme. We need a burn meme.
So John and I were at the store, and we were talking about Dawson's Creek. And John,
you were talking about Dawson's Creek, buddy.
No. You and I were talking about Dawson's Creek. No. Yeah, and then he said I should finish watching Riverdale. So when I saw that news, I'm like, I'm gonna bring it up just for John, okay? And in case anybody was wondering, we were talking about Riverdale because we were talking about Dawson's Creek because we were talking about the Venom movie and Michelle Williams.
Oh,
okay. So it wasn't like it came out of nowhere.
And I actually was not familiar with Dawson's Creek, and I mixed it up with One Tree Hill, which I am proud to say I'm a fan of. But Dawson's Creek, not really.
And then that conversation became a conversation about Gilmore Girls, but that's for another conversation.
No, it became a conversation about Chad Michael Murray, and then that's led into Gilmore Girls. Sorry, folks, we're just going on.
Anyway,
look at Chris is already checked out. All right, okay, go ahead, Chris.
I just wish I had the James Vanderbeek crying meme on
keep us in check. This is what happens when Rob's not around to keep us in check. We start talking about stuff that Rob would hate. So,
all right, what is this picture, Pat?
So,
you want to explain more of how you ended up talking about Riverdale today.
So, anyways, the Marvel India Twitter posted this picture a couple of days ago that was immediately taken down after a couple of hours.
Why was that, Pat? Why?
Because it shows the release date of all of their confirmed movies, as well as Blade.
Ooh.
The Blade movie that is kind of in limbo. You know what, Fraser? I already handed over my nerd card. You can take that too. So obviously the internet was smart enough to screen cap it. So, but this is basically telling us that
Good job, internet.
Yeah, good job, internet. That this Blade movie was supposedly about to come out in 2022, October 7th. Just to throw that out there. The rest of these movies we all already knew about, right? But we didn't have confirmed release dates. But this tells us that next year we have a movie every 2 or 3 months, all throughout the year.
Very cool.
So and this is like in between all the Netflix shows that are going to, it's not all the Disney Plus shows that are going to drop, right? So, we have Doctor Strange in March, the new Thor movie in May, the new Black Panther Wakanda movie in July, and supposedly this Blade movie is coming out in October. Yeah. And then obviously Captain Marvel 2 / The Marvels.
And then the shows, I think there's She-Hulk and then Ms. Marvel, right?
Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk, and Hawkeye and all that stuff is gonna slip in between there to fill in the gaps.
It's weird that they didn't put Spider-Man on here.
Which Spider-Man?
Different studio, I guess.
Different studio, right? The Sony movie.
Meanwhile, Morbius is hiding in the corner, just waiting.
That's not happening. That movie's done.
Just waiting.
We're the only ones who talk about that movie, I think.
Waiting for the directive. I think there's a guy who does a podcast every week on the fact that this movie hasn't come out. So show us whoever that guy is.
That guy has a lot of dedication.
I'm actually
Tyrese John.
No, Tyrese must have got a decent pay, like an advance or something, or he must have already got paid for this, because normally he would be all over the internet blowing it up that it hasn't been released. So it is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Tyree's kind of a loose cannon on social media.
Good for him. Yeah, and finally, because at the end of the day, I also play a lot of video games, this teaser image was released by the people that did the Gotham Knights game. Guys, remember the Gotham Knights game we talked about a couple of months back that's supposed to come out eventually?
Yeah.
People were asking how come Batman wasn't part of it, because you couldn't use Batman. There were no screenshots about Batman. And it was all just about Nightwing and Robin and whichever Batgirl there was. But then apparently in the Gotham Knights universe, Bruce Wayne is dead. And this pretty much confirms it. So this teaser image was kind of like thrown on the internet just to kind of keep the game on your radar. Yeah. And apparently Wayne Manor collapsed in what is called a freak accident, and Bruce Wayne is dead.
Is that what it says on there? I can't.
Yeah. I just read the headline from the Gotham Gazette.
Yeah,
that's the cover up though. Whenever they call something a freak something, it's some type of cover up, right? So.
True.
Well, it's also. I mean, it's possible. I mean, it's a brand new.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's been what, 3 of these games, right? I'm sure they want to change it up, different characters.
Yeah, I think the whole speculation is that the Batman is not there, and you're using the entire other roster. So that's cool. All right, sure.
Yeah. It's like what other games do when they make like a Viking version. That's the new thing, right?
Yeah, and that's all I got for us in terms of that, because I don't want to talk
I'm
anymore
waiting
about
for Rockstar to release their Viking version of Grand Theft Auto. They went to Western. Now they got to do Viking, and then I guess after that, eventually they got to do sci-fi.
That's true. Comic dead means nothing. Winter Soldier, aka Red Hood. Yeah,
I agree with this, by the way.
All right, so let's start the news bit segment, which will have this intro. Which one haven't we done?
Here's a little news flash.
I think we did that one already, but I had to find it. Okay, so the big news of the day was it was Catherine Hahn all along. WandaVision spinoff starring Catherine Hahn is in the works at Disney Plus. She'll be reprising her role, obviously, of Agatha Harkness from the WandaVision. Were you guys a big WandaVision people? Did you? Are you?
I was gonna say I'll take shows I didn't ask for $200. like who asked? Like she did do a good job in the role.
Nice little Disney Plus thing, Pat. You put that there.
Whose face is that?
I slapped it on Elizabeth Olsen's head.
One thing, I guess, you guys, people seem to be a big fan of that whole sitcom thing. Do you think it'll follow that kind of format? Maybe that's the angle.
Maybe that's the angle. I'm pretty sure I asked for a Jimmy Woo Darcy spinoff, but I don't know why this came out.
I don't know who put
I don't know who put this in the suggestion box, but sure,
I think they put this in the suggestion box because they felt like Catherine Hahn can carry her own show.
Yeah,
that's it.
Makes sense.
It says she's involved in it. It could be a whole magical themed show or something like that. I don't know. Didn't she appear later in an episode at some Renaissance fair or something like that? Maybe it's like that.
Lewis, you got what you paid for.
It's pretty good. Yeah, he did
this all volunteer work. I just find it weird that he did it at all. Like, why?
I wanted the opportunity to touch my 1 out of 10.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Pat.
We'll let Lewis officially grade all of Pat's Photoshops going forward.
If that is the case, I'm not showing anymore.
I'm looking forward to the next
one. You
want
to do the Photoshop for us?
So, on Tuesday, HBO Max dropped its first teaser trailer for House of the Dragon. This is set for release in 2022. I guess my question here is this too late for this? Like, has the Game of Thrones biggest show ever, like what, 3-4 years ago? Is this too late? Have they, missed the boat here? Are you guys excited about this at all?
Having not watched the original series and not finished beyond season 1, no, not interesting to me, but I'm sure for a lot of people
who watches
it is going to be interesting.
Why haven't you watched Game of Thrones, or at least the first 5 seasons?
I beg to differ. I definitely don't watch everything.
Yeah.
Oh, you watch Big Shot starring John Stamos.
You're mistaking me with Rob.
Not enough.
I watch everything with John Stamos in it.
Carry on.
Anyway, yeah, I was a big fan of Game of Thrones when it was coming out. I was watching one of those shows I actually watched weekly, which was crazy. And just the ending soured me so badly. I would have probably rewatched it. If maybe
the ending was better
since then. Yeah.
But
the ending was kind of spoiled the whole thing. Yeah.
Or it wrapped up better. Or maybe they just kept pushing it off and it hasn't even happened yet. And they released this show in the meantime. Maybe you'd be like, oh, hype. But now, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe if it has
I feel like the last season of Game of Thrones has not only turned a lot of people off on the franchise, that it doesn't matter anymore. Maybe, I guess this is a residual outcome of what happens when you do a bad season, right?
Yeah.
Like that
bad ending.
Bad ending. It turned everyone off of Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, it was horrendously bad, the ending, I thought. Like total like thumb in the eye of your fans, like total
thumb in the eye? You got Oberyn Martelled?
Exactly. Head crush.
Right?
Yeah.
So like I guess that I guess that's the biggest problem, right? So maybe if this show came out recent enough or quick enough that it could, and it was good and it was well done, it might take away some of that sour taste. But I feel like it was way too, like, not only is it too late, I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to recapture the magic is my thing. So yeah, I think it might be too late, like you said. Exactly.
Does it have as big a budget as the original? I don't know if we should keep talking about it. It looks like most of the people in the chat are not interested in Game of Thrones stuff.
I feel like
you might want to switch to Dexter. You might want to switch gears to Dexter.
I feel like we can have a very open discussion for 20 minutes about how bad that last episode was.
Yeah.
By the way, carry on.
Rewatch last Game of Thrones rewatch, and then we'll just like shit on it for half an hour. All right. Next bit of news: a clearly visible Peacemaker. Also on Tuesday, HBO Max also revealed their first footage from Peacemaker, DC superhero show spinoff from the Suicide Squad, starring John Cena, who obviously reprises his role as Peacemaker. Did you guys watch this teaser at all?
Was it the teaser with him in the car in the restaurant?
Yep.
What did you think? No, like notorious John Cena stan, Pat. What did you think?
Okay, put that aside for a second. Did you say superhero show?
Yeah.
Did you say superhero show starring Peacemaker?
Yeah, DC superhero show.
I cannot consider him to be a superhero after Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So,
I would think he redeems himself. Or maybe he's just an anti-hero kind of thing. But anyways, yeah. That's how it was worded.
I saw it. I thought it was really, really funny. But that a big part of that is John Cena's charisma.
Yeah.
Which
now, this was announced really early, like before we even saw Suicide Squad. Do you think after watching it he deserves a spinoff, John?
Yeah, I think a lot of people wanted to watch particularly him in that role. I guess we'll try and stay away from spoilers in case for some reason you haven't seen the Suicide Squad.
Okay, no, it's been like a month.
Okay, yeah. So the turn was, I think it did shock a lot of us, but you know what? He could claim that you can kind of see why he did it. He's for the mission, to accomplish the mission. That's why he did what he did. But he could always say, you know, something took over, or when he came back, he lost some of his memory or some chunk of his brain, or something's wrong. Yeah.
It also ruined Pat's Deadpool team, which was great.
Yo, I was
owned him pretty good.
Yeah. I was doing pretty good until the very end. But anyways, my point is, like, I understand that, like, you do anything for peace, but I believe inherently a superhero would never just kill another person. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yo, he was fantastic in F9. Shut up.
In what world was he brothers with Vin Diesel, by the way? I couldn't get over that when I was watching that movie.
Yeah. Pat's doing Asian things with the pen.
Yeah.
Which but just stop clicking it. I actually thought it was your squeaky chair that was making that noise. You were like click, but you're clicking a clicky pen, so we're gonna have to take that away from you.
I don't know what order I want to do this in. Do we have the DC fandom thing, John? Footage?
Yeah, you want to watch the DC fandom footage?
Okay, so let's do that first. And a new trailer for this month's DC fandom was released, and it featured footage of Batman. Maybe I won't spoil it. Featured some footage of Batman. DC fandom is October 16th, and we've been teased that a full-length trailer of this new Batman movie, which comes out in March, is revealed. So let's watch it.
Let's watch this. I haven't seen it, so let's rock and roll. So let's go DC fandom trailer. Sit tight, everybody.
DC fans, are you ready?
The DC universe is about to change.
DC fandom is coming.
One day where everything DC comes alive.
The epic global event
that will take you on a journey.
beyond your wildest expectations.
Ooh.
Nothing compares to this.
Featuring the biggest stars, the biggest titles, the biggest reveals.
What the?
Join me.
Join me
at DC Fandom 2021.
It's gonna blow people's heads off.
One day.
One show.
For you.
The fans.
Save the date. You won't want to miss it.
DC Fandom. Join us live October 16th, streaming free on DCFandom.com. And be the first to see the new trailer.
All right.
So we haven't talked. Yeah, we haven't talked much about the Batman movie. Are you guys excited for this? To see this trailer?
Let me just say, they made a trailer for a virtual convention.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Man, they got a bunch of celebrities against the green screen.
Whoa, really, Edward? Yeah, I was actually Team Jacob, so I'm with you, Sarah.
Yo, you got to turn in your man card, like Fraser said, like 20 minutes ago. Anyway.
You guys I think people are too hard on him. When did he do Twilight? How long ago was that?
A million years ago.
Like a really long time ago. Yeah. I always draw the parallel to, remember when Heath Ledger was announced as Joker and everyone was like the guy from like all those rom-coms or whatever. I don't know. Anyways.
From one of the greatest rom-coms, if we ever do our rom-com countdown. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see his take. I did like the trailer. It does look pretty like dark. It's got very like Seven vibes to it. So yeah, let's bring it on.
Yeah, maybe with some street level action. You know, all these big epic superhero movies with like huge world changing stuff. You got some street level stuff. I think that's cool.
Just trying to stop a murderer or something. You know, not like something like Starro or whatever is going to happen.
Yeah, for real. Okay, last bit of news. I know we did talk about Squid Game last week. Did you guys happen to watch any of it?
I'm 2 episodes in.
Okay, I just finished the first episode. Pat, what about you?
I started it and then I forgot to finish it.
Okay, I guess. Well, the news is that they had to edit something in the show at controversial scene. Apparently, people were calling that phone number. So there's a scene where they give a phone number out to join the Squid Games, and it's a real. For some reason, it's a real phone number for some guy. Some guy who has no association with the show. So this guy. Poor guy was inundated with calls for people who want to join the Squid Games.
They didn't use the 555 number.
People wanted to join this.
This guy was getting harassed. They had to edit it out now because this guy was getting a million phone calls. I wonder if there's a way to monetize.
The guys that made this show put in a fake phone number, but didn't.
Well, I guess they thought it was a fake number, and then it turned out as a real number, and people were calling it. Idiots were calling.
It's not that hard to check. Hold on a second. Let me do.
That's why you use 555 numbers, because 555 numbers never work. That's why on TV you always see 555 numbers. Oh man, her business must be now booming.
Yeah, they can compensate her now. I heard people are dropping money into one of the bank accounts that was shown on the show as well too. So
what is going on?
This is a ridiculous phenomena. So
yeah.
Pat, obviously it didn't quite catch you, Pat. Do you watch any of those type of Korean or Japanese types of shows? No, Chris Ho, you said you got through episode 1.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
I thought it was like the main guy acting, like the main character in the first episode. I thought that was like a tour de force of like acting. That guy had me like completely enthralled in his story and things like that.
I thought they put it on a little heavy selling that he's like this degenerate gambler type, but his acting in the portrayal, you would 100% believe that this is what that guy does. He just F's everything up and tries to take the easiest route, and I guess something happened to him along the way. And then second episode, they give you a little bit more because at the end, are we going to talk spoilers? Is anyone, Pat, are you going to finish this?
I'm a serial binger, so if I once I get to the point where where I'm hooked onto the show or I want to watch it, I would watch it nonstop. So the reason, so it hasn't caught me yet, but if it gets to it, I'm not going to stop watching it. So with that said, if you want to spoil it,
we'll talk a little bit just about episode 1. So episode 1 is it opens up. You get introduced to the main. I don't even know if he's the main character because there's several characters in the show, but he's the one that gets the most screen time, and he's the one who's like a father, but kind of is broke and has gambling problems, owes a lot of money, and kind of is put in this situation where he gets recruited for his Squid Game, which is a game show that has a high payout, but very big downside. That very risky. You pretty much you pretty much die if you lose these games. So I thought they did a really good job selling the idea that these people are in this situation that it's so stuck in that they would participate in something like this. And then when they get to the Squid Game, I was like, oh man, I'm on board. I'm all in. And then they leave, and I was like, wait. so it kind of slowed things down for me, but second episode things fire back up. So Chris, are you gonna watch the rest of it?
I think so. Yeah. That first episode was too good to stop watching, in my opinion.
See, makes a good point. Isn't this? It sounds like it just sounds like Battle Royale in the game show.
Yeah, no. This is the argument that this idea has 100% existed, and what ideas are completely new and fresh now. But I think it's the position that I guess Netflix has put itself in, that people are looking for these types of show on Netflix now. Like Sarah mentioned, Alice in the Borderlands, which I actually watched episode 1 of that, and I actually thought it was, I think it was more entertaining to me than this so far. But I think it's just hitting at the right time. I think it's I think the rumor is, or the story goes, that this was being attempted to be sold for 10 years or something like that, and then it's finally the script sold, all that kind of stuff happening, and now it's on fire. But I feel like a lot of the stuff that came before it is probably just as good, if not better, but this one is just hit. So it's cool. Good for them.
Sure.
Yeah, so we'll see what come around this October, how many Squid Game costumes we see on
I feel like it's gonna be really easy. Just wear a ski mask, I guess, or mask, and then just tape triangle.
You need a hoodie
square.
and go into your kitchen and get one of those strainers and paint and spray paint it black and put some PlayStation logos on it. Instant done. We should.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, it's a PlayStation."
That sounds like a really
sure,
good idea to go trick or treating in the dark.
Yeah.
All right. So that's good.
So we'll report back if we finish it. But it looks like everyone in the chat has already finished it,
already done,
or has not started it. So it looks like one extreme to another.
How many episodes is this? Is the combined number of minutes spent to watch this more or less than the James Bond movie?
I think it's more because I think they stretch. I think each episode is like an hour or something like that. Or
first episode was an hour, yeah. So
Each episode is a different is a decent length, which is typical of I think
Korean dramas.
Asian
Korean dramas are very long episodes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I tried to watch.
They get to cover a lot of ground.
One was recommended to me, and I was like, "Oh, I'll watch this." And I look at the runtime, and it was like 20 episodes something, and it was an hour and a half each episode. And I said, "I'm out. I can't watch this, man. It's crazy." But yeah. All right, that's the end. That's Squid Talk for now. Squid Talk.
Squid Talk for now.
There you go. We have our own podcast, Squid Talk.
we got the follow up series, Squid Talk. If you guys want to see more Squid Talk, let us know,
and we'll watch it while eating the bag of dried squid. That
it's on.
You can do that.
Netflix top 10. Netflix top 10.
Oh yeah. No.
They said it was trending to be the #1 show on the whole platform. That's what the guy said last week.
9 episodes, an hour each.
That's a long time, but we'll get through it. 2 days? You did that in 2 days, Sarah? That 9 episodes, each an hour long?
I'm surprised you didn't do it in 1 day.
2 days to watch 9 hours of TV? That seems weak, though.
Oh, I don't know, dude. That seems like a lot. Considering I only watch about an hour or two a day after work. Anyways, enough of that. My personal life. Let's get into the next bit. So we got a trailer drop today about a movie I didn't even know was getting made. Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. We haven't watched it. We're big fans of the video game, all of us. And I don't know if were you guys fans of the original set of movies, live action with
Mila Jovovich? Yeah.
Multipass was in it. Was it Mila Jovovich? Were you guys fans of that thing? Pat?
No. Andre, it's a really wacky turn of events. Andre is actually, I wouldn't say huge fan, but fan of the series. But I think every time it's one of those things that you watch it and you're like, it's going to be better this time. It's going to be better. And it proceeds to not like it always, I don't know what the opposite of meeting, like it always just not meet your expectations. So even so much so that I think there was one where they showcase, like, I don't even remember what they're called anymore. I don't remember which one's which, but there's one where they go to the Arctic and it brings back every single character from every single movie. Like even Michelle Rodriguez comes back, and that was trash, super trash, right? Even the first movie, super trash. So I'm looking forward to seeing a reset. And I did hear a couple comments saying that it looks low budget, but I feel like that's what they should go to.
The first Resident Evil was like, it wasn't even an action game. It was like you just walk around a mansion and get like scared out of your mind, right?
There are very horror game. Resident Evil movies before this one. I didn't even know that. 6.
Yeah, I think they were all directed by the Lulu Multipass's husband in real life. So I think he was just like, I need to give my wife work. Let's just keep pumping out these movies, maybe, or something. I don't know. It was very bad. But this one I'm hearing is very true. The trailer at least is seems to be more true to the original game than anything. So we haven't seen it, right? So let's watch it.
Let's not. Yeah. So I believe it features a completely new cast. I feel like we did cover this at some point, revealing the cast, and we were like, we don't know most of these guys. So let's go. So anyone else who hasn't watched it yet with us, please join us for Resident Evil, and be ready to type us your comments, what you thought of the trailer after, and we'll hopefully go over everybody's thoughts. So any expectations, Pat? And you're a big video game nerd. No, don't give crap.
4 seasons of Jersey Shore's a lot, but anyways, you were saying?
Any expectations from Resident? I don't think is Resident Evil one of your favorite video game series? Probably not, eh?
I wouldn't say so, because I don't like. I'm honestly not a huge fan of like the horror style games, because like I don't play video games to get scared.
I remember, I remember liking Resident Evil 5 the most, just because that's what it flipped to basically, or maybe 4.
I like Resident Evil 4. 4 was the one with Chris and the president's daughter.
4? I thought 4 was Leon.
Leon and the president's daughter.
But the big knock on that game was you couldn't move and shoot at the same time. I think that was the big thing about that game. And then 5 came out and it was like full action game, and it had like this wicked multiplayer system. I remember playing it with your brother-in-law Junior all the time, John.
Yeah. Me, you, and Junior, and me and Junior used to jam that all the time. And you'd have to kill the bad guys, but you would be timed, so you'd have to run around the map.
And you could do it with you could do it in style. Like you could shoot the guy twice, or zombie. It's really nerdy, but you could shoot the zombie twice and then run up and do like a melee attack, and you would do sometimes they had wrestling moves too. It'd be kind of cool.
And I think it would give you extra time every time you did something fancy. So it was a really cool. And Code Veronica on Sega Dreamcast was one of my all-time
played that
favorites.
a lot too.
So some attachment to the series, but let's go. We keep talking about it. So everybody, let's get ready for Resident Evil. Let's go.
Every story has a beginning. Discover the origin of evil.
Why are you back here, Claire? Your conspiracies weren't true when we were kids. They're not true now.
We need to expose Umbrella.
The Robbie Amell?
I'm afraid, Claire. I'm afraid of what they're gonna do to this town.
I like him.
They had an incident. I'm talking Chernobyl, if you know what I mean. People are getting sick.
Looks like the guy from Umbrella Academy.
You gotta help us, Claire. Let the world know what's really going on.
We have to contain this.
Trying to get up that great big hill of hope.
Shall we go?
For a destination. Into a crisis of times when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out. What's in my head?
The guy always plays bad guy.
What were Umbrella doing here?
This is where they're experimenting on him.
We should split up.
Into a wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I
the mansion.
top of my lungs. What's going on?
Here we go.
And I say,
Good shot.
We gotta get out of here.
We're gonna take Umbrella down.
It actually looks like kind of a mix between the first and the second. I remember the second one because I played the remake very recently, because that's the one where you go to the police station and you're kind of trapped in the city.
That actually looks like a horror movie, man.
Yeah. No, I think I can see what people were saying when they said it looks more low budget, I guess. But I don't know if it looks low budget. I think it just looks like the scale that they're going.
Well, the first half before all the action picked up, the first bit of that trailer looked really low budget. Like it was like 2 different rooms. They had every scene was in like one of the 3 different rooms they had rented. But I guess without Rob here, I got to talk about the music first. That I did not like that choice of song, especially for a horror movie. I don't know, maybe Rob, I'm misreading it and Rob really liked it, but I think Rob will not like that. That's a really weird music choice to me for a horror movie, especially.
Yeah. So, and anyone from the cast that you recognize, I think we shout out that the guy from Titans who did play Aquaman on Smallville for a second.
Okay.
And I don't know where else.
I know it was the guy from Umbrella Academy. I forget his name.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I think you're right.
Maybe it's Tom Hopper. I think his name. I don't know what character he plays. Maybe Wesker or.
The internet says it's Albert Wesker.
Oh wow! Bring up do you have it on? Bring up the IMDb. Anyways,
I'm on Wiki.
Yeah, let's quickly go through the comments then, since we're all reacting to the same time. Jonathan Yo says he's in. Gordon said it looks like The Purge. Yeah, I think he's along those lines. It looks very. I feel like everything's going to take place at night. Lewis says Neil is in it. I'm not quite sure what that means. Gord says he's in. Steve saying the mansion looks CG'd. Yeah, I think so, but it looked like the original first game. So I think they're okay. Lewis said he's good. Let me see. Yeah, Steve says it's 1 and 2 meshed together. I would default to Steve's expertise on that.
That's true
for sure. Sarah's surprisingly not in. I thought you'd be down with that, Sarah. That's curious. Gord shouts out, why didn't they get this out in time for Halloween? Yeah, damn right. When was the release date?
101, yeah.
yeah. Friggin' hell. What are they doing? Maybe they're waiting on merchandise.
Like releasing a Christmas movie in summer. Like
yeah.
I'd watch that, but anyways.
Are you a huge Christmas movie fan, Pat? Maybe we should do a top 5 when Christmas comes along.
Yeah, Jingle All the Way has to be at the top.
What'd you say? Jingle All the Way? No.
Yes.
Oh, Jill Valentine is played. That's the girl from Ant-Man. No, that's what he meant by Neil McDonough. Interesting, Claire. Because like you have Leon and things. Leon wasn't in the first one, so you need to have that kind of. I guess you need to kind of mix them together. Your boy John Donnell Logue.
Yo. He's in everything, man. Great. Awesome. I did notice him. I did notice him. He had like a weird haircut, though. You might not recognize him.
We have somebody here who plays Sickly Mom.
Ada Wong. Okay, yeah, get off the screen, Pat. We're getting into spoiler territory here now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm down. I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Yeah, looks really good, especially if you're a fan of the horror aspect of Resident Evil and not.
It looks 100% more. Action. Yeah, it looks way more true to the game than those other movies ever looked. Like, other than they started adding the characters and their costumes, but none of them felt like a Resident Evil movie. I felt, especially that first one. I feel like that first one could have been named anything on the planet, other than Resident Evil, and no one would have even.
It just had like the characters, some of the characters' names. Even the main character wasn't one. Like the girl, the Mila Jovovich girl didn't even play a character from the video game.
And they've never put her in the video games to kind of coincide with it. Or was there a Resident Evil game that starred that character, like that movie?
I don't even, what was her name?
That's a question for Steve.
Alice. Was it Alice?
Steve's probably played like every Resident Evil game. Yeah, Steve. I don't have the patience for all of them. But I don't think so off the top of my head. Like off the mainline Resident Evils, I do not think so. But I could be wrong because I think 6 or 7. Because 7, yeah, I don't remember who was the main character in 6. But anyway,
I remember that.
The laser mesh was ridiculous. It had this guy dodge every single laser, and then all of a sudden it turned into a grid.
Came in as a grid. Yeah.
Why don't you open with the grid? And he got turned into little tiny cubes. That it was ridiculous. He did come back in one of the later movies. That one movie I talked about that brings everybody back. But whatever. All right, and moving on from Resident Evil, I think most of us are down.
Yeah. If it has the guy, I forget his name, the guy in the trench coat and the hat that follows you around. That I remember that was super scary. You don't remember that?
Nemesis?
Nemesis?
Maybe wait for Steve, but yeah, Mr. I think it was Mr. something.
We're relying on Steve for a lot of answers here. So thank you, Steve.
Basically, in the second one, when you reach a certain point in the police station, you'll start hearing like footsteps, and basically this giant guy in a trench coat and a hat will start following you around to like murder you, and it's super scary. So the Tyrant? Mr. X. No. There you go, Mr. X.
But the thing is, though, guys, like nobody, like, when's the last time you replayed Resident Evils 1, 2, or 3?
I played the remake of the second one. They did a remake of the third one too. Yeah.
Then you should remember. But I haven't played any other Resident Evils in a long time.
I feel like most of them actually got remakes, especially the first one got a complete remaster, I think. So yeah. Oh yeah. So Steve, I think there's a YouTube clip where every time this character pops up, it plays X is going to give it to you from DMX. It's a mod,
yeah.
Which
is I think the PC version, they put a mod on it where you would start hearing. This is what you're hearing. This is what you're hearing.
Every time the character that game was scary though was because you could not run. Like in Resident Evil 2, you just couldn't run.
You could kind of semi-run.
Like it was shoot or move. There was no
you could run, intersection of the two. Shoot. Right?
Yeah, that was the problem with number 4. And then number 5, I think they let you like move a little bit while you're shooting.
Remember that demo that dropped on the PlayStation that was really, really scary that got taken down? What was it called? We had it on a PlayStation. Like that was really scary. It was like a Resident Evil 7
was it
demo.
it was the prequel to Silent Hill, was it?
No,
PT?
It was PT or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Like
that
that
was scary,
like,
dude.
It was a Resident Evil, but that was scary as hell because you're just like walking up and down and you don't know when something's gonna jump out.
I remember playing that with all the lights off, and when the girl like kills you, like when you run into her and she kills you, I like screaming out loud.
Right? Like I don't know, man. I tried playing Resident Evil 7 in VR, and like I put it on, and I was actually like legitimately scared. I couldn't do it. Yeah. Carry on.
Anyways, that's good. I think we are good on the news then. Almost at an hour. Wow, without Rob, almost at an hour. Is that a record?
Well,
it's surprising.
Dawson's Creek and video games for like.
Yeah, we had a huge sidetrack of how Pat and John ended up talking about Dawson's Creek today. Apparently, what do you guys got going on for the weekend? Any recommendations other than I guess Squid Games?
Other than One Tree Hill.
Yeah.
One Tree Hill with Chad Michael Murray. Yeah.
What was a better theme song, One Tree Hill theme song or the Dawson's Creek theme song?
Dawson's Creek.
One Tree Hill for sure.
I don't know.
Who sang the Dawson's Creek one? Gavin DeGrasse sang "I Don't Want to Be."
Pretty iconic.
Yeah. Dawson's Creek.
It's iconic, but it's a sucky song.
Maybe we got to do a list of best theme songs for like with shows we watched in our like teenage years.
Anyways,
what else you got, Pat?
James Bond this weekend.
James Bond, got it. John, what about you?
So I got to catch What If, the conclusion of this whole debacle, wrapping it up, and then we'll be covering it on the Sunday, I believe. James Bond definitely on the docket. Maybe some more Squid Games, maybe some wrapping up. I really got to wrap up Ted Lasso. I think Ted Lasso's almost done. Season 2. I think I'm only.
I don't know how many episodes. I'm on episode 9 now. So
yeah. I'm only on 6, so I'm a bunch of episodes behind. So there's a lot of stuff to watch. Like there's that new Jake Gyllenhaal movie on Netflix. It looks pretty good. The Guardian or something. I don't know what it's called. So there's a lot of choices. So but I think I 100% have to watch the What If, and we're definitely watching Bond, and that's going to take up 3 hours of our time. So fun times. But I'm very glad to see that it's getting high ratings. So I do not want another. Sarah loves watching these. There's a problem with me watching a lot of these horrible movies that are very scary and have things crazy happening because one of my kids will just pop their head around the corner, and I don't want to scar them from life. So,
oh geez, yeah, I'm I gotta finish Squid Games. I'm really behind on What If. I haven't even watched the zombie episode. So, is it worth it? Is What If like worth it to watch? You guys think?
No, you can skip the zombie episode and maybe watch episode 8 and onwards. Maybe you might dig the Thor one, the episode 7, which is a bro Thor. You might like that one, but you can totally skip the zombie one. Shout outs to Alone in the Dark on PC. Chris, I don't know if you remember playing that game.
I remember playing that game with the keyboard controls. Yeah,
and you try to block up the windows and the stuff with furniture to save yourself.
John, you and I should get a capture card and play Resident Evils 1 through 4.
Get out of town.
Do it with all the lights out, man.
And try to speed run it.
No, just try to get through it.
Yeah, but by speed running it. This is what you learn from watching YouTube and speed runs. All these things that you would do, all these little things that you would do in some of these games from our youth. You don't need to do them. You just gotta go. You don't gotta kill every guy on a level. You just keep going until you get to the end.
Well, you gotta be if you want to be a true completionist, then yeah, you gotta do it all.
Yeah,
I still think we should try it. Get a video capture card, play Resident Evils 1 through 4.
Sarah wants me to get child services called on me. Chain your children up. All right.
Oh,
so
let them play Resident Evils 1 through 4 while you watch.
Man, that's too scary, man.
No, that's too much for them. We're still just playing Broforce, Izzy, and Castle Crashers. But anything anybody else is watching, let us know, and we're just gonna sign out here. I think that's it. So that is Pat, our picture and Photoshop expert. Thank you for doing all that work and on the fly photoshopping. I don't know if those are scissor logo you did because of photoshopping.
The gang sign.
Yeah.
Photoshop game.
Thank you, Chris.
Photoshop, or are you just using Paint?
A combination of Paint and whatever I can find on the internet, and copy and paste. Don't judge me. I don't get paid for it.
There's some great tools on the internet, man. You just gotta figure them out. I sent you all the links. So, Chris O, thank you for setting everything up and putting all the work in. Yeah. Well, all of us, Pat just looked up pictures, and I just came for. I just showed up to clog up the works. Thank you everybody in the chat for tuning in.
Cover your
if you
ears.
are not, if you're not following us on the audio, we do upload the audio version of this podcast to the Sidekick Show. Jesus Christ, there. We do upload the audio version of this podcast to our Sidekick Show feed. So if you want to listen to this on the go,
Hey, and if you like John's shirt, sound off. That's a prototype for a new shirt.
This is our prototype. Developing. I'm working on it.
I for one like it and would like at least two. Are you gonna have different colors?
I'm working on stuff. It's
one of every color, please.
The end button right now while you get talking.
All right, guys, cover your ears. The outro is coming. Good night.